Recently, when I watched the Chainsaw Man arc, I was struck with the impression that something has changed. You see, since I went to college, I didn't have much time to watch anime, so my view of it stagnated. And I wasn't paying attention to new shows like I used to, and it turns out I missed a lot. Like, a lot. After watching the movie, I opened One Punch Man episode 1 and I was staggered. Just take a closer look at this iconic scene from 1 PM. And now, some scenes from Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. You see the difference? It isn't just about the animation being smoother, because let's be honest, OPM is a masterpiece of fluid motion. It's the space, or specifically the camera work and 3D environments. Just look at how it moves through space. And the truth is that the trend was to be predicted a long time ago. Yes, the anime of the decade, arguably the most popular anime ever. Attack on Titan. It's exactly when the shift started. Maybe it didn't invent the technology per se, 3D had been used before, but AOT was the first to use it on a scale that actually mattered. It proved for the first time that a mainstream action series could be built around spatial movement and camera freedom, not just enhanced by it. It may not be that obvious at first, but just take a look. And after that, the path of change has been set. It wasn't a revolution, rather a start of a structural change. One Punch Man, that came out 2 years later, was still structurally rooted in traditional 2D staging. Yes, it used CGI for debris, buildings, vehicles, but the camera itself remained mostly static, observational. The action unfolded on the frame, not through space, and still most anime were made using the classical style, but AOT showed what can be achieved. And then, in 2019 came Demon Slayer. Its success was unprecedented, becoming a global phenomenon overnight. But we aren't here to talk about numbers, we are here to talk about the animation. While Ufotable had already honed their digital craft in the Fate series, Demon Slayer took the groundwork laid by AOT to a completely new level of mainstream appeal. It wasn't just about 3D backgrounds anymore. It was about compositing, the way Ufotable blended the 2D characters into 3D environments using dynamic lighting and digital effects was seamless. The movement felt natural, the world felt tangible, and the visual impact, well, you could feel it right through the screen. Even the biggest haters of the series stayed silent regarding the technical execution, because, let's be honest, the manga art isn't exactly revolutionary. Yet, Ufotable worked magic with the source material. They took the foundation laid by AOT, added their own signature polish, and established a trend that settled deep into the industry. And the glorious heir to this technique was Jujutsu Kaisen. We witnessed creators betting everything on this technology in a very first episode, specifically the Gojo vs Sukuna fight. And it looked incredible. It's nothing like the fights in OPM, and I'm not saying it's better or worse, just fundamentally different. But what MAPPA had in mind eventually evolved into something much more than just a flashy scenes. You see, in Demon Slayer, compositing acts mostly as a makeup. What I mean by that is they use it to elevate the scene by layering millions of particle effects and photorealistic lighting. It's about perfection and polish. MAPPA used a similar approach in the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie and the first season. However, a massive shift came with season 2. That's when the camera work stopped being just a filter and became a true actor in play. It wasn't just about looking pretty anymore, it was used to dictate the raw dynamics of the scene. Season 2 wasn't just another era, it was a rebellion against the established style. The visuals were anything but realistic, they were drawn with a looser, rougher touch. Everything that mattered was dynamics, momentum, and impact. Love it or hate it, you cannot say it wasn't something new, something you couldn't just scroll past without noticing. And now, you might say that I missed one crucial title, Chainsaw Man. But no, let's go back a year before JJK Season 2. So MAPPA had an idea, make an anime that feels like a live action movie. So Chainsaw Man was photorealistic, utilized a grounded pale color palette, and completely stripped away those exaggerated anime reactions. Chainsaw Man used 3D not just for flashiness, but as a tool to mimic cinema lenses and framing. And the result was actually quite controversial among fans, but we cannot deny that the vision was fully executed. And here we are now. The Chainsaw Man Reza Arc movie is still relatively new, and looking at it, we can see that this new era of animation technique has reached another peak. The movie is spectacular, perhaps more playful than the first season, but the integration of 3D is on another level entirely. Of course, not every title relies on this technology. Every season we get a ton of incredible shows using the classical style, but with the rapid growth and evolution currently happening in the industry, I'm sure we will see more and more titles making great use of these tools in the future. And you? What do you think about this shift? Tell me in the comments down below. Personally, despite my love for the classics, I feel that this change brings more character and raw impact to every scene, and I'm all for it.